I'm here with Derek Cummings, winner of the 2014 Extract Artist of the Year Award, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah, I can't remember which year it was.
No, I can't remember.
All the years start to blur together when you go to all these cannabis events, don't they?
That's the truth.
So,
like little mini reunions everywhere.
So Derek and I go way back, but I haven't seen him in a while. The last time, I should mention that we did a story together back when I was working at High Times. I did the first feature about a dab lab, about a extraction laboratory called Bobby and the Concentrate Factory, and Derek at the time was the head of Pink House Labs, and we did a whole video podcast and a story about it. A very popular video, by the way.
Very popular.
What did you think of how all that turned out?
I mean, it became it was funny because it really, a lot of people came out. I wasn't aware it was going to become such a big deal. And now forever, people like just outside, some dude's like, "You work at Pink House, right?" And I was like, "Fucking Bobby."
Yeah, well, the amount of views that it got and the amount of comments and controversy that kind of sprung from it, I guess I shouldn't be shocked at this point that no matter what you put out nowadays, especially in the cannabis community, there's always going to be super supporters and super haters, and you know, the same thing with the different political initiatives, the one in Cali and the one here in Colorado. You know, there was big pro people, big anti people. You know, were you one of the pro people in Colorado, or were you one of the no on 64 people?
No, I was pro. I mean, since In Harmony Wellness and since the beginning of Amendment 20, it's always a push for, gradual steps, and eventually you can, and I say that from someone that after Amendment had my own dispensary, and after 1284 when they regulated, I lost my shop, and I'm still for regulation because I lost my shop, but we didn't lose all the shops, and sometimes you have to sacrifice, and my shop literally I loved it. It was great, and I ran it, I think it changed the standard of the way shops operated, at least here in Colorado for certainly. And after 1284 and they regulated, like some good people lost out, but a bunch of the shit show got moved along.
Yeah.
And, regulation's necessary in any industry to eliminate shitheads, like think about how scummy used car dealers are. Like, and take them, and if they could do whatever they wanted and not have anybody watch what they're doing, well, of course, like in any industry you deal with scummy people. So.
Well, that was what was so impressive about the video that we did, I thought, because you took me on a tour of the whole lab. You went through every step, how it's done, showed the process. It was clean, it was honest, it was legit, it was sterile, it was done right, it was scientific. And that's, that is what helps sets the standard. At a time when so many people were open blasting, to go into a lab like that and see that level of professionalism, I think is what made people really excited about it. So, and now the industry is caught up, and most of the operations, I would think at this point, are much more on that level.
Yeah, like right now in Denver, if you're operating in hydrocarbon extraction, you're in a Class 1 Division 1 laboratory, and I'm happy to say that I moved on to Incredibles, and we were the first. Brian Lucas called us and said, "Congratulations, we're giving you guys approval on your laboratory," and to be the first, really not just in Denver, which, I mean, we were, but it was really turns out to be the first in the country, Class 1, Division 1, after pushing for the right thing for so long and trying to explain that, like all the misinformation that gets out there about butane being unsafe and hydrocarbons being unsafe, it's just mostly a marketing gimmick by people that sell CO2 machines or CO2 products. It's just, it's nice to finally be in a work environment. It's sad when there's accidents, but to compare some idiot open blasting to, like they would see somebody open blasting blow up a neighborhood or their house or something, and then they would react to how they were what guidelines they were putting us in. So we ended up coming out and saying, what's the most stringent environment you can have? And it's a Class 1 Division 1 flammable environment is existing all the time, or a dangerous environment. So to be able to just say, okay, let's just, as tight as you can get, we can do it, and then move on from there.
Yeah.
At least we have something. Like I said, it's better to have regulations, because at least now we have there's a way to do it.
Absolutely. So let me ask you. Incredibles. You said you work with Incredibles. Obviously, they've won some awards in the past, and I believe they're nominated for a few more tonight. Do you know what are they nominated for tonight?
Tonight, I think we have best product or best edible, one of the two. I think it's the peanut butter Buddha bar. I know we have our extract company is up. We really are proud of the fact that we have elite extracts that, because of all the other alternative routes that our extracts can go, we really only put out the very, very best in a dabbable form, and anything that's not perfect goes into one of the other 20 products that we make. So it's nice to be able to have that discretion and really be known as, man, I've never really had anything bad from them. Well, you won't, because it's only the best. So that's a nice award. It's a good honor. And I think Bob's up, our co-founder's up for a few awards. He's done a bunch of work with kids this year. So
let me ask you, how did winning the Extract Artist of the Year award change your career or life at all, if it did?
Well, I was already at a point where we could use that to start marketing. So when you have something to market, it's great. You know, it's all these awards. It's one thing if you're trying to make your day about this, and it's another thing if you're able to capitalize on them. So I'm at a point where I believe there's no Santa Claus, but the kids believe so. I would like to have the stickers on the front of that packaging. So.
Right on, man. Well, Derek, thanks so much for talking to us. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy the awards. We'll see you later.
Thanks.